guys. It's good to have you back to our episode, fourth episode on this live series, Mentee to Mentor. And we've had an amazing time. The first episode we had Solomon Ogbaji. The second episode we had yes, the first episode we had Solomon Ogbaji. Mute it completely. The second episode we had Mr. Anthony Livinus. And then the third episode, we had two creatives, Jennifer and Datam Serial. And it was an amazing time. Today, as I said, rightly said, we're going to have another guest, and he's one of my mentors' brother. Usually say when we ask him how was the meeting, he say the meeting was stondolic. I don't know what stondolic means, but it just sounds like something that is a banger. So we're about to have a tsunami this evening with somebody. So welcome. But before we go dive right into it, I just want us to check quickly if you are with us on Facebook. If you're with us on Facebook or on YouTube, please let us know. Just tell us where you're with us from. Let me see. Okay, yes, there's somebody. I've seen one person on YouTube. Usually, I'll just start, and the moment I see one person, I know that you're with us. Because it's good to see you. It's good to see you. Oladipo. Oladipo has been following us from the beginning of this series till date, and I know it has been an amazing time always. Okay, Oladipo, good to see you. And on TikTok, we've seen a couple of people also. Cynthia, Frank. It's good to have you guys. All right, so quickly, what we're going to do today is that we're going to have a conversation around mentorship as we have started. So, quick recap: Mentee to Mentor is where we sit, have conversations about mentorship. Now, in our conversation and discussion, we talk about mentee-mentor relationship. We talk about the importance of mentorship. Is it something that you must do? Is it just important, or it is mandatory for everybody who wants to succeed? Now we talk about that. We talk about relationships where mentees are exploited, relationships where mentors are exploited, or the relationship where mentees abuse mentee-mentor relationships. And we come to discover that a lot of people who mentor other people have a lot of complaints because the mentees don't know how to relate with them, and then they abuse said relationships. But then that's what we are going to discuss today. Today I have with me Mr. Fred Ogbole. I'm going to introduce him, but I just mentioned his name. However, if we were sitting in a physical hall, I'll tell you to put your hands together. Put your hands together with a sounding ovation, with a clapping ovation, with a shout and a stand. Help us celebrate Mr. Fred. Fred, it's good to see you. It's good to have you. You can put on your video on TikTok. That's fine. So that we can also see your video, your picture there. So that our guests on TikTok will also see you. All right, fantastic. Okay, I think he has sent a request. So now,
okay, such a pleasure.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, before we start talking, I want you to introduce yourself and tell us in 2 minutes a little about yourself. A little about yourself, the things you've done, what you do, what you're into, so that they need to know you're an authority there. Over to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Leo, for a great job you're doing. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Thank you so much for a wonderful job you're doing and for bringing this as an opportunity for us to learn, for every one of us to partake in this wonderful opportunity. I'm Fred Ogbole, of course. The name is already there. Primarily, I can easily call myself as a digital consultant. And I also double as a travel consultant because I run a digital agency and I run a travel company, right? And that pays me on the context of serial entrepreneur. And we've run through that for a couple of years. Of course, I'm a member of Toastmasters International. I'm a member of Rotary International, and I'm very, very keen on technology, business, and leadership. And this is just a brief about me. I'm coming.
It's from my end. Sorry, it's from my end. It's not from your end. I muted my mic
Okay.
and
Okay.
then. Oh yes. So as I
Okay.
was saying, you are not only a member of Toastmasters. You are one of the. You are a president in your Toastmasters club, and
Yeah.
that's amazing. That's amazing. Uh, okay. Don't forget your video on TikTok so that people can see you. His video is up.
Okay. My
Okay, your video,
video.
yes,
All
your video is
right.
not up on TikTok.
I
Okay,
will need to
so
turn.
while that's happening, um,
Mm.
like you said, Toastmasters, Rotary, digital consultants, and I've seen you host multiple classes for people. I've seen you host classes where you organize digital training, free digital training for people. They came, you fed them, you gave them food, you gave them free training, and they left. Yet,
Mm.
a lot of people still didn't take it serious. So, and I am very sure in
Yeah.
the course of your journey, people have met you and be like, I like what you do. I want to be able to do the digital thing and still be a travel consultant. I want to be a member of
Mm.
Toastmasters. They just admire the things that you do and they want to be like you. Now, but before we go
Mm.
talk about those people that have
Mm.
come to you because they want to be like you, let's talk about the mentorship relationship generally. What is your concept? What is your perspective? What do you think about the mentorship relationship personally, or mentorship as a concept? What do you think about it?
Okay. Great. So for me,
Okay, quick one,
when
quick
I
one,
mention the word mentorship,
quick one, Mr. Fred. Still, I don't know why
can you hear?
your video is not showing. Your audio is coming up on TikTok, but it's not the the video is not on.
There's no the video is not coming up. Let me leave to join
Yes.
again. I don't know why it's like that.
Okay.
Uh, Let me leave to join again. Is it that I didn't join the right way? Mm. Okay, I've joined again. Is there something else that is wrong? Okay, you can bring me up again. I've joined.
Okay. They're doing that right now.
Okay.
It's all right.
Do they have a criteria of what you need to get to show your video?
Not really. It's a different
Why
video.
is it not coming up?
It's fine. We can just continue. It's fine. Your audio is good. Let's go.
Live. Access needed to go live as guest. Go live and audio. I think I've clicked the video a couple of times. It's not coming up.
Okay, that's fine. Let's go. Let's continue.
Okay, let's go. Yeah. So
Yeah.
for me, when we talk about mentorship, I see it as an opportunity for stewardship. Now, the key word for me is stewardship. It's an opportunity. The same way you come into a house of God, and the people we call stewards are people who are well respected, who model the context of the entirety of agenda of God on earth. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
People who are called stewards are people who are supposed to serve in the capacity of the vineyard of God. I think that is generally understood by everyone. So for me, mentorship for me is a system to steward. And you can't say you want to engage a mentor-mentee relationship where when you don't take what your mentor tell you seriously. It is one thing to listen to advice, experience. It is another thing to execute them. And when you don't execute them, you don't respect the mentor enough. Right? There are key things I want to say that I don't want them to go away. One of them is your ability to execute the counsel, the advice, the guidance you get from mentorship. Let me quickly give an example, an encounter I had with my mentor. I was in a business transaction or a business relationship with a client, and let me call it a bad business. And I was on the verge of taking a loan to solve that bad business problem. And I had to talk to a mentor. And he told me, don't take a loan to pay for business that has failed. Engage of what we call the power of negotiation so that you are able to come on a common ground and have an understanding of why this happened, and why this must be done. And that was just the solution to that problem as at that time. That was because I was able to not just only listen, I was able to listen, take the counsel, execute them, and it worked. So for some people, the understanding of mentorship is done wrongly because the original idea of stewardship is not adopted properly. So for me, stewardship in as a word encapsulates the whole idea of mentorship. It's an opportunity to serve your way with access, serve your way through the system that has journeyed through the process that you want to. It's just like one of the speakers said at the first section that mentorship is the easiest road to get the result you're looking for. One of the guests said that. And I love that because mentorship is like a shortcut to success. But beyond that, it's a system that allows you to serve. And when you serve, you learn beyond just the context of teaching and adopting what you've been taught. And it's a relationship that I personally cherish because what mentors will do for you, you can't get it in an MBA class. Because it is one thing to be taught, it is another thing to execute them, it's another thing to bring feedback. And all these things, I've learned them at different levels, Because in a journey of learning and serving and leading people, feedback is your strongest foot forward. So, have I been able to throw some light to your question?
Yes, of course. Yes, you have. In fact, so when you this idea of the idea you brought about mentorship being stewardship. Now, in what area? Who is the steward in this relationship? Is it the mentor that is the steward, or it is the mentee that is the steward? Just to get
Of
it clear.
course.
Yes.
Now, when you accept someone to mentor you. First of all,
Yes.
your first rule is you are adopting them and you are stewarding their growth. That's the mentor's perspective.
Okay. So
The
from the
men-
mentor's perspective,
you are
you have
you are
adopted
stewarding
someone
their
as your
growth.
mentor. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
you are holding them accountable on your credibility, that this person is able to not just only learn from me, to be able to model that which I do and bring a greater result. On the aspect of the mentee, they are supposed to serve, right?
Okay.
Apply what they get from the mentor and provide constructive feedback. So the stewardship is both way. I'm stewarding your growth. You are stewarding to serve. Because every mentor is an investor. You are investing in an entity called human being, and you are expecting that person to become better. The entity who has come in form of a container that requires to be filled needs to be refined to become better. Because the more the person do better, you as a mentor, you naturally become proud of the mentee. And when a mentee does not apply what they are learning, because application of knowledge is more important. One of my favorite quotes in this context is, ideas are a waste of time if they are not executed. So if we get counsel, we get idea, and you hear words like word mentor, ride on mentor, massive mentor. Massive is not a feedback. Mentor, at certain level, you said that I should stop smoking, and I stopped smoking, and my life changed for this, and this. Those are practical metrics. Not, it was a very powerful program. No. Sir, while you were speaking, I learned that businesses are not done with emotion. Businesses are done with principles, guidelines, and measurement. I learned that those are how you measure, particularly a mentee who is not wasting your time. Because as we journey tonight, we'll get to the point where you owe the right to reject certain people to mentor them. Because if you don't do that, they'll waste your time. You will get angry at the journey, and they might definitely not grow. Because growth is expensive. Growth is very, very expensive. You only pay money for what you want. Anybody who cannot pay for the resources of growth is not expected to spend from that bank account. You have not served. You've not given yourself to volunteering. You've not given yourself to adding value to your mentor. And you expect a consistent investment. Because if you give that to a child today, you're going to be investing in that child for a number of years before you even expect a return. Sometimes you don't even expect a return. Right? Because you're doing that not expecting a return for the person to become better. In the event where that person don't become better eventually, you naturally get pissed. So mentorship and stewardship is two-way. You're stewarding the growth of the mentee, and the mentee is bringing that reward in service, in value, in feedback, in growth, in results. Are we together?
Yes, I'm with you. I'm looking down because I'm writing.
Am I too hard? Am I too hard?
No, not at all. I'm writing the things you're saying
Okay,
because they're
great.
making so much sense to me. Because if I snooze, I mean miss out on a lot of things that you're saying. So that's why I'm
Yeah,
writing them down. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, nice. Yes, I'm with you. You're not being too hard. In fact, we started on a very high note. We started very fast. We went right into it. So thank God. I think the clarification is good. So the mentor is also a steward, and the mentee is also a steward. But from the perspective of the mentor, your stewardship is that on your integrity,
The
you are
mentee become better.
dispensing. Yes, on your integrity, as Mr. Anthony Living said in the first one, he said that mentorship is a structured dispensing of knowledge. So which means,
Mm,
so I'm
mm,
adding to that. So he said,
mm.
if it is now with what you are saying, you are a steward as a mentor.
Yeah.
So your stewardship is that on your integrity, you are saying, I am dispensing knowledge to this guy structurally. I am dispensing a
Mm,
structured knowledge to this guy and making sure
mm.
that this guy or this person can replicate the things that I have become and
Yeah.
even do better.
Yeah.
That's what we're
Clearly.
saying. Now,
Mm,
but there are a couple of things you said that I will bring back. Things like you said, not everyone is willing to pay the price of goods. If you don't pay the price, you are not qualified to spend from that account. My God, you are sounding like a preacher. And then you know when preachers will say, "This thing, I wish I had time, so that we can break this
mm,
thing down." I know that's how you're
mm,
feeling. But then
mm,
anybody
mm.
that is not willing to pay the price to go, it means you're not investing to pay the price to go. You are not qualified to spend from that account. Now,
Yeah.
when you're saying that as a steward, uh, there are there are people that have paid for mentorship. They are not close to their mentor. They don't know how to serve one on one because you said add value to your mentor. So
Mm,
the adding value we're talking about, it doesn't mean that you have to come and clean your mentor's house or wash his car or wash his house,
yeah.
wash his
Yeah.
clothes or iron his clothes, right? It
Mm,
means that
mm,
you should be able to add value to your mentor. And I think
mm.
what you said is powerful because on my own part too, I think a lot of people don't believe or don't understand that mentorship mentorship is a relationship,
Mm,
and a relationship involves two consenting people.
yeah.
So which means and a relationship is meant to benefit both of them.
Yeah.
So maybe as we go further, we'll be able to dissect this and speak more on set ideas or set ideologies with regards to that.
Mm,
Now, from a lot of things you said, it is clear that you have a mentor.
yeah.
It's clear that you
I
have a
have
mentor.
I have solid mentors in different areas.
Okay, all right. So you have
There are men yeah.
yes, I'm with you.
There are mentors I have in business. I have mentors in ministry. I have mentors in leadership, and I have mentors in life. All those
Okay,
things are structured in such a way that each of those different part of me grow in the cadres of the kind of mentorship I receive from my mentors, right? Because some mentors might not be so versatile to have gotten so much result in an area. Take, for instance, if you have a mentor in real estate and the person have done so much in real estate, you are not permitted to make a mistake because he has journeyed on that path, except you don't ask. A man who don't stop asking will not stop getting answers. The more you ask, the more you get answers. And what qualifies you to ask is what you bring to the table. What qualifies you to ask is when you come prepared, not asking the dirty questions. But when you are engaging in bringing value and you're asking questions, you get to learn more. So for me, I have mentors, and these are the catalysts to my growth. These are the catalysts to my speed in life. I'm a man who enjoys speed a lot. So when you must engage that, you need mentors to guide your journey so that you won't kick stone while you journey. So you
okay.
wanted to ask a
Now,
question about the growth being expensive.
yes. I noted it down. Now, but there's something you said. You have mentor for business. you have a mentor in ministry, you have a mentor for life,
Leadership.
Abi, leadership,
Leadership.
and then life. I have a question. Is it that your mentor in life or your mentor in ministry cannot double as your mentor in leadership?
Okay. So I will ask this in two ways. First, within the context of the conversation on mentorship, there is a room for a coach. A coach is someone who can hold your hand on a journey gradually to get a result. A mentor is somebody who has passed through a journey and is going to show you how it is done. Right?
Yeah.
Mentorship, a mentee owns the right to discern who to submit to. The right of the mentee is that you discern what you need from the mentor or an aspect of the mentor you want to explore. It doesn't mean that the mentor does not have other capabilities. But you, who is the catalyst of your growth, must be intentional. And that is why we cannot gather mentees anyhow.
Yeah.
Because the mentee will end up wasting your time because the person don't know the purpose of which they came to you. It is not enough to like someone. The most important thing is, what are you coming to do with the mentor? Because we've had people who listen to certain mentors for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, their life does not change. And somebody come in 6 months and the person becomes more massive results than someone who has been around for a long time. The difference is that the person that came within the shortest time knew why they came and went straight into engaging the principles of the mentor. So for me, why I choose to have mentors in different areas is because there is something I look for when I go for it. More practically, my father in the Lord, Apostle Michael Orokpo, has so much ability to mentor in every area, right? I had to mention his name because, of course, a lot of people know him everywhere. We have so much ability to mentor in several areas, but in business, there are business crises. Take, for instance, you have are you with me?
I'm with you, sir.
Ajana, please help me. Okay. I can see the screen.
I'm with you. Yeah. Okay. I'm still with you.
Okay. It came in and that had. Okay, we're good. So,
Yes.
the reason why in business, I was talking about business. Sometimes you have business crisis and you have cases like an unplanned eventuality, like a court case or a police case in business, right? You need someone who does similar business, who has experience in that, to advise you not to hit your head on the rock. In that event, you have to seek for someone in the exact business area. It doesn't mean that my father in the Lord does not have the capacity to. In fact, by the virtue of his teaching and his mentorship, I can discern and pray for such events not to happen. I can pray and discern for such events not to happen at all. And by God's grace, we have managed those kind of things, most especially. In fact, I had an encounter in my office where I was sleeping and I saw something. And this is not a spiritual class. I saw something happen in my office in the morning. My wife woke up and saw the same thing. I woke up, it wasn't up to an hour. My staff had called me that the same scenario was playing out in the office. Knowing that I had seen it before morning, it is okay for me to come in and react because I wanted to attack the issue as a boss or as a business owner. I told them, apologize to the person, even they are wrong. I'm going to come back to apologize to the person because I saw how he escalated when I was sleeping. And I didn't want the same thing to repeat itself because it had happened physically. That's the virtue of spiritual capacity. That is also different than having mentorship guiding you in certain areas in business. And it's why it is important. Because as young people, mistakes are very expensive. Until you make it, you will not know how expensive it is. And you don't have so much resources to waste on your journey to growth. And that is why mentorship is a pathway to avoid those kind of mistakes.
Thank you. Thank you. So you said in your mentorship journey, you are allowed to also have a coach. Now, but with regards to the things you said, because we've had conversations around people saying that you are meant to have just a single mentor, and you can have role models, you can have coaches on the side, but your mentor should be just one person. Now, you have mastered the art of having to compartmentalize and know, okay, this is the person I'm going to for. So how as a mentee now, how do you avoid being confused when uh, you have a mentor for leadership, you have a mentor for ministry, you have a mentor for business, and you have a mentor for life? How do you get confused? How do you know that this is not this is not a leadership thing? This is a life thing. And then you go to your life mentor and you be like, okay, this is not a life mentor thing. This is a leadership thing. Because you already know that, for instance, your father in the Lord has the capacity. She cannot be operating at the level and the at the level that he's operating at if he is not a very good leader. However, you choose him to be your mentor in ministry. So how do you avoid getting confused or mixing some things up along the way?
So, a first word is when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. Of course, we are used to this.
Of course. Yes.
We are used to this quote. And I will also come from the spiritual perspective. Your job as a mentee is to discern. There is this thing I really don't like about the whole idea of mentorship and mentee, which is when everybody make a post of somebody you like or is ahead of you, you say, oh, my mentor, oh, my mentor, oh, my mentor. Everybody cannot be your mentor. Mentor is beyond a Facebook post. Mentorship and mentee relationship is beyond a Facebook post. Because what Facebook posts can trigger, the physical conversations and offline conversations will trigger times 10 of it than what a Facebook post will trigger. So for me, okay, one of my mentors, before I met him physically, I have been engaging with him for over 2 years online. I discerned that I was going to submit to him 2 years before time, and I started sending him messages just to engage him. Most importantly, let me state this at this point. I was not asking him for money, because most mentees miss that and ask mentors for money.
You want to break this table now.
We have to scatter that table. The table does not have legs.
We have to scatter it, actually.
Your mentor does not owe you any money at all. When you run into trouble, you need him to provide you with counsel at his own discretion. If he wants to support financially, it's at his discretion. So I was sending messages, sending greetings, providing support periodically. In fact, in between those times, he has sent me on errands that I've gone and delivered response excellently. We have not met. When he had the opportunity to be in the town where I live, he put a call across. Please meet me so place. I need to see you. And the relationship was more strengthened, and we've continued from there. One thing that kills mentee and mentor's relationship is asking them for money. No matter the pressure you are, never ask your mentor for money. No matter the pressure, that pressure will not kill you. The only thing you can take that scenario, take it to him, ask for counsel. The counsel will help you because the counsel is communicated in principles. And when those principles are applied, you might not be able to repeat that mistakes again, and you become better when the same scenario comes again. So, if you understand why you are going to meet them, managing the relationships becomes very, very easy. But if you, as a mentee, is confused, and anybody you see, you run to them, you might not get any result. So the first job for the mentee is to know what you want. In the event where you don't know, go and meet a coach, because three things happens. There is a coach, there is a mentor, and there is a role model. A role model is somebody you don't have access to. You just look up to this person. You just want to become like this person. You just love what this person do from afar. A mentor is somebody you have access to, and you are not ready to trivialize that relationship for anything. You want to maintain and grow. A coach is somebody, a coach could be even your age mate who do something similar like you do, but you don't understand how he does it and he gets massive results and you are not getting results. He can guide you. He can become your coach. A coach must not be so older or bigger than you. He can help you, he can guide you, he can show you how it's done. That is a coach holding your hand step by step to get that result. A mentor is somebody you have access to. So if you understand how to departmentalize these things, you will not abuse access. You will not abuse relationship. We will have to come back to be telling you, please, I beg, don't ask your mentor for money. Don't ask your mentor for money. We will come back to do that. Because you understand that why you are here is grow, not to bring your family burden to your mentor. Because your mentor also have family burden. It's not only showing on him because his burden is managed. So for me, basically, before I move to anyone for mentorship, I also define it. There are certain people I know that we're going to have relationship of an elder brother, a senior friend, and a junior brother, but he's not your mentor. Because your mentor, you should be able to be confident enough to be naked before your mentor. I'm not saying naked by not wearing clothes. Unraveling the things that requires you to get scrutiny.
Yes.
To get correction. To get rebuke. To go and adjust those things and become better. Any mentor who is not rebuking you, not correcting you, he's just tolerating you. He's just neglecting you. You have to rethink. Because nobody is busy. You are not just not important to them. Or you don't have a value they are looking for in exchange. Your mentor also needs something from you as a value in exchange. If that is not coming, you have to go back and build. You have to go back and get prepared. Because you're coming to, okay, take for instance, one of my principles is I don't go to my mentors empty-handed. Anytime I go with a gift. Somebody is mentoring you without charging you. You're collecting free advice. Anytime you come, you don't come with anything. You just come right here at the afternoon, sir. I just want to greet you. Please don't come here again. I'm busy. So understand that the value we're talking about is not something big. It could be for me, anytime I go, I carry something. It could be that anytime you go, you carry something. Your hand is not dry, no matter how little. Just carry to show appreciation and honor. That is also value. It doesn't mean you must go and wash your mentor's car. It could be also value. Not by making social media posts when you don't even communicate the real value behind the scene. I have had some pictures with my mentors that usually when I make a post that people know that, oh, I know this person, or I've had a picture with this person. You're not snapping pictures with them to post them to validate you knowing them. Because there are so many things you will do behind the scene without pictures. So ensure that you have enough value to give to them. If you don't have, go and think, how can I add value to my mentor? Because what your mentor is doing for you, if you quantify it in cash, you can't pay because you are not at that level to pay your mentor. So I will say that I have devised a mean to add value to my mentors, no matter how little. And when you devise that, it makes it easy for them to give you listening ear when they see you, for them to cancel their time and cancel you when they see you. Not anytime you come, your mentor is busy. Your mentor is busy. Go and look. In fact, okay, I wanted to see a man. He was not my mentor. But before I met him, I had inquired his best drink. And me and one of my friends drove around Abuja looking for his best drink. When we finally got the drink, one of that drink as at that time was around 5,000 naira. We end up buying a crate. It was more like we're crying through one of our eyes, but we had to buy it. Immediately he saw that drink, he shouted. He said, "Who told us that he liked the drink?" That's the only drink he takes. And the drink only come from Lagos at order. That means you have to order it to H Medics
Yeah.
and people buy
Oh
it
wow.
because everybody does not buy it. That was the system we used to get his attention, and he attended to us in a very special way. That means we have been able to figure out what he liked and we're able to provide that value. So don't come to your mentor without anything in your hand. Nobody is too poor that 1,000 naira you can't say you drop by and you bought a pen and customized the pen in his name and brought it. Next time you are coming, you customize the jotter, 5,000 naira and brought it. Next time you are coming, you came with a wine. There is no way that mentor will forget you. Those things are not
Okay.
expensive. You don't need to buy a car. Customize a pen,
Yeah.
customize a jotter, do a frame for him, 10,000 naira, bring it. He will definitely appreciate it because those things, he might not have the time to do it for himself.
Honestly, honestly. In fact, these things you are mentioning reminds me of different instances that I have seen. I've seen people that endeared their mentors by offering some services. Somebody will just come and say, "Ah, sir, I discovered that you don't have a website, and I know how to build a website. Can I build a website for you?
Yeah.
I I have secured the domain name. Domain names are very cheap. I've secured the domain name for you. Can we use this to build your website? Just give me your information and some pictures. I'll build something. You can help me do the
Mm,
correction." Some people come and then they say,
mm,
"I'm a graphic designer. What I want to do is
exactly.
I want to be designing for you. I discover you don't have, oh, I'm a social media manager or I'm a content creator. I am this." People just do that. "Oh, I discovered that you do not have this." Or what I do is I'm a fashion designer and this is what I do. This is what you can look for something that you offer as an exchange. But there is
Yeah.
something you really said also, and you said honesty. You should be able to come to your mentor, as you said, naked. We're not talking about a lady coming to a male mentor and then she has to. I know when you said it. So, but we're saying you have to be honest. He's laughing. You have to be honest. I have seen, if I personally, somebody has come to meet me and the person looked like he was serious. Came to me and be like, "Yeah, he discovered that our hearts align and yada yada. He wants me he wants us to be that relationship." From the way the guy was speaking with me, I sensed a lot of pride. Now, however, it wasn't a problem for me. I knew that, okay, this is something that we will have to work on. But whenever somebody is telling you a story, something that befell him, and he's not telling you the part he played in making the thing go sideways, the person is not being very honest.
Yeah.
So the person did not say, because of the pride, and someone I noticed that the person was not being very honest with me. So usually, and your mentor will know. So I knew that this is what was going to happen. After this is, I knew he was going to go. So I even told him, I said, if I call you once and twice and you don't respond, or we do, I will know that the thing is not going forward. Don't feel bad. We can
Mm,
do other things together, and we don't have to do the mentee mentor relationship. Usually, your mentor will know. So I don't think there is any point if you have said this person should be your mentor. I don't think there is any point hiding or lying or doing stuff like that. One of my guys like that, he told me two of them told me that they have somebody that came into some amount of money, and they told me the figure, and I told them the month that the money will finish, because they told me that he bought so car, he bought so phone, he bought this other phone for his wife, and not wife, his girlfriend. He bought this phone for his brother, and something else, three things like that. I told them that this money will finish by this month, and something is going to happen to this car that he will not be able to fix it. All of you will know by the time he puts his phone up for sale or the car up for sale. Just know that the things I told you have started happening. So I told them
Mm.
everything. We didn't talk about it again. After a couple of months, one of the guys came back to tell me that the thing I said was like prophecy. I said, no, it's not prophecy. There was no divination. I didn't sleep. There was no dream. I didn't hear voices. No, this is something that you have walked this path many times, and I know it's going to happen. Right? So even if you have made bad choices or you've made mistakes, I think it's okay to come out and tell
Yeah.
your mentor. So you should be able to know who is a coach, who is a role model, and who is a mentor. Who is a mentor. Now, but before we go to your mentees, let me ask you this question about your own self and about your mentor. How did your mentor become your mentor? Did you go to him? All of them now. Did you go to them, or they came to you, or you wrote a letter, or you met them, you sent an application, sent an email? How did they become your mentors?
The easiest way to become a mentor is to serve your way through it.
Okay.
For me, I
What of somebody that you're not in close proximity with? For
so
instance,
there is always
somebody yes.
there is always the first contact.
Okay.
So one of my mentor, I paid for his course,
Fantastic.
and I was in the class. And after the class, I met him. I said, okay, I want beyond just this course. And we built a relationship from there. I paid for the course. I didn't say, give me the course, the class for free. So, and some of the mentees that are thinking that when your mentor is having a class, you're supposed to come into the class and enjoy the class for free without paying. Don't do that in 2026. Very, very bad. Pay for the class. Because when you pay, you will pay attention.
Yes,
If
sir.
you don't pay, you will not pay attention. It's natural. You don't need to worry about it. So for me, most of my mentors were gotten through service. I identified and served my way for every opportunity I had. And I'm still serving. If some of them, if they call me today, anything I'm doing, and it's something that I can delegate, I delegate it, I go for those run around, or I go for those assignments. That is because I serve with them full time. So for me, the best way is to serve. If you can't serve, because if you pay your way through, it's not sustainable most times. You can't pay your way through. You could pay for a class to initiate a contact, but you can't pay your way consistently through. You are initiating a contact. All you need is a contact to establish your thoughts. And what keeps you going is sincerity. A mentor is like a doctor that is going to diagnose you and see where your sickness needs more immediate attention, consistent attention, and medications that will require you to become better. So take, for instance, you are not telling the doctor the real source of why you are not sleeping well. You don't want to get well. You don't want to become better. You just want to keep falling sick and be consistent with that sickness. So when you open up and the diagnoses are well analyzed, solutions can now be provided over time. Take, for instance, a mentee comes to you and he said, oh, I'm frustrated about life. I want to kill myself. I don't know what to do. I'm tired about life. We get that a lot. The first question is, what do you do for a living? If that person finish that thing and you count money, take for instance, right? This is Nigerian currency, and you count money and you give to that mentee, he will not kill himself. Because what they are trying to communicate to you is, I need money to survive.
Of course. Mm-hmm.
When I ask you, what do you do for a living, and you can't put it out clearly, the first thing is to get you a job or you go and learn a skill. Of course, your mentor can now use his influence to say, okay, let me ask my friend if he's employing next week. Let me ask my friend if he's employing. Your role is, when you go for the interview, don't disappoint your mentor. Not when your mentor has referred you to his friend to go for an interview. You are expecting your mentor to still come and perform at the interview and still give you the job. So that's why I started by saying that a mentor is to steward the growth of the mentee. The mentee is to serve his part by validating the integrity of the mentor for providing those levels of stewarding their growth. It's just as if you're doing your part, I'm doing my part. Consistently, we become better.
Yeah. Okay. So your mentors, mostly the strategy you used was that you served your way into into the mentorship relationship. Okay. So we've spoken about you as a mentee and your relationship with your mentors. Now, for the people that you are mentoring now, how did they become your mentees? We've seen instances where people said, there was a guest we had, he said, right now, people that come to him for mentorship, he doesn't do that. What he does is he picks people that he feels he should pour into, because a lot of people are not serious, quote unquote. Now, but for you, for your own mentees, what would you do? How did they come to you? And what would be the criteria for you to see that, okay, this is a good mentee and I want to continue with this person?
Yeah, I think for me, my hallmark is value. If you're not bringing value to table, we don't need to talk to each other. You can be enjoying my post on Facebook. We will be happy together. In fact, we will be best of friends from afar.
You can be liking and be connecting.
Yeah, we can be liking. If I post, come on that comment section, mentor, I will reply, mentor. We'll celebrate grace. We'll be happy. But if we must come so close for we to laugh together, for we to talk together, there must be value in exchange. I have had mentees who attend my classes and we've made good relationships from there. I've had mentees who just see my pictures on Facebook, take it, do a portrait, send it to me. Oh, I love this. They reach out to ask questions periodically, and I get to attend to them. Most of my mentees reach out to me first. I have never reached out to anyone, though I want to mentor you. In fact, I didn't know I was even mentoring them until they were becoming better at the counsel I was giving them. That is the ones who were listening and were applying them.
Wow.
It was after some time and I discovered that, oh, so this is like a mentor and mentee relationship. Oh, this person respects me. He comes to ask for advice. I give person the advice. The person apply and it becomes better. That was when I now understood fully. And of course, most of my journey has been like that. Most of the things I do currently, I just started doing them either out of passion or out of zeal. And I discovered that those things were good opportunities to explore. So most of my mentees came to me seeking for mentorship. And one of my first questions I do at the first encounter with anybody that comes is, I want to know what you do that is of value. If it's not of value, I'll give you a task. Take 6 months, take 3 months, go and learn a skill. Go and do this. Go and do that. So that when we talk next time, the conversations will become fruitful. Because I am investing in myself daily. Here you cannot be talking and you'll be saying that there's one big bomb that passed now. We should talk about it. because that is not supposed to be a conversation that should come between me and you, and it can never come.
Never.
It can never come between me and you. So if there is value on ground, when you meet, you talk about the value, because there's not so much time. When you meet to talk about the value, or the person tell you where they're having challenges and they need solution. Somebody who has not tried something you've taught them cannot have a challenge on that thing.
Yes. The person lying down cannot fall down.
Exactly. And Dr. Linus Okoro will say, if you don't have a purpose of waking up, sleeping become interesting.
Of course.
And it means that every mentee that has walked up to me, I usually like the simple format of teaching, maybe carry a pen or a biro, write on the wall and all of that. Even my staffs, I've had staffs where they worked with me. We are no more in boss and staff relationship. They still reach out to me to engage, because if you work with me, you will definitely have gone through the process of training, and it provide mentorship, because knowledge is being exchanged. Because I'm going to be training you in different aspects. You're going to be training me in ways I need to learn from you as well. So for me, the hallmark is value. If we must come to anyone, and that's why I believe in the word that no one is busy. It depends on what you are bringing to table. Bringing to
No one
them.
is big. No one is big.
No one is
It depends
big.
on,
Exactly.
on what you are bringing on the table, bringing to the table to them.
Yes. If you don't have it, there's nothing wrong. You can go and figure it out and come back. Because you want to be under that person, you can go and figure out, what is this aspect of this person I can add value to, because I need to be in their life. Because it is very difficult to break into people's circle, people's life, because they've built those circle and those life over time. You just came from nowhere. You have to pay your price, and that's why I say growth is expensive. Somebody who attend conference, even is attending the conference for free, he paid transport to go there. The person bathed from the house, wore expensive clothes, took transport and went to the free event to build relationship. Somebody who paid for conference did all of those things and still paid for the conference to build what? Relationship. You were sitting at one place, the person was doing that for 10 years. And you are meeting the person expecting mentorship. Those cumulative years of knowledge, those compound years of knowledge, the person is going to be downloading it to you who just woke up from your sleeping position. So something must go in exchange to be able to keep that person in your life. And the name of that thing is called value.
Nice. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Now, so most of my this thing, most of my experiences, most of the experiences that I've seen also are experiences of people that apply, or you come to meet the mentor and then the mentor tell them that okay, they want mentorship. But I've seen people also pay for mentorship. Yeah, people have classes mentorship and then it's paid for. And sometimes it's actually good. You said it earlier. If you pay for it, you will pay attention. If you pay for it, you will pay attention. All right. So the person that you will consider a good mentee is a person that has value to exchange, right? And I believe that that's one criteria. Another thing you mentioned repeatedly is that the mentee has to be able to take the instructions and act on them. If the instructions are not acted on, it is a waste of time. Right. Yeah. But then, I want to ask you a question that is a bit personal. Has there ever been a time that one of your mentors told you, gave you an advice, or gave you, I wouldn't call it an instruction, an advice or a suggestion, or give you his perspective about a thing, and it didn't sit well with you? How did you handle that? How did you handle that kind of scenario? Was there any time that it happened? If yes, how did you handle it?
Okay. Personally, I've not had that experience.
Okay.
But when those kind of scenario appears, one of the key things that solves problem before crisis comes is communication. And that is why I love Toastmasters. This is not a platform to market Toastmasters. But there's an aspect of Toastmaster that I love. It's called evaluation section. What evaluation means is for every speeches you give, for every activity you do, somebody else evaluates you and give you feedback. And the feedback are constructive. And they use a method where we call CRC. Commend, recommend, and commend again. Let me give a practical example. Let's take, for instance, your mentor said, give you an advice and you don't like. Thank you so much. That what you said is so profound. It's an advice that will really help me. But at this point, I think after taking time to think through it, that I might not be able to engage it now, or I have the resources to do them now. Notwithstanding, it doesn't take the fact that the advice was very powerful and wonderful, but I might not be able to engage it now, or I might not be able to engage it. But I just want to ensure that I bring it to your notice so that I won't be as if I am disobedient. But I so much appreciate your support over time, and I really do. And that should not in any ground affect how you will respond or behave the next time you see the person. Or if you're bringing gifts before, it should not stop you from bringing. A similar experience I've had, I shared with one of my mentor or one of my challenges, and he said he was going to step in. And he became busy and he could not step in. And the situation escalated to a certain level. After 2 months, and I got back to him, I was not offended because I know he got busy. And I felt boxing him back to back would be more like disturbing him. As at when he remembered, he said, "Oh, sorry, I just remember. Let me call the person now." And he did. To some Nigerians, especially the Gen Z part, and they are wonderful creatures. You go here, I better make him get out. He no be God. Now money he get, no be God. No be money he get, he no be God. If he easy get him. He has passed through a journey that brought him to where you are admiring him, or you want to be like. So what I will say is constructive feedback. Remove emotion from your feedback so that you will not go and insult somebody. You cannot on. There is a word in communication called communication is irrevocable, is ineluctable. Not go and say something you cannot take back. You will not be apologizing, they will not respond to the advice, they will just ghost you because you have messed up. So a mentee and mentor relationship need to be managed with respect and constructive feedback. Respect and constructive feedback.
Respect and constructive feedback. Thank you very much. Thank you. This has been an enlightening session, and it has been very truthful, very honest, and brute. Tables that a lot of people are afraid to touch. You touch them today. Now, but before we conclude, one last thing. In the course of this our conversation, or from the time that you heard about mentee to mentor, about the mentee mentor relationship, what is one thing that you wish we spoke about, but we didn't speak about? Or it could be your closing statement, but what is one thing that you wish mentees and mentors of today know? Or what is one thing that you wish we spoke about in this 1 hour conversation that
Mm,
we have not touched at all? Feel free, let's touch said tables or set topics or such areas.
mm. So one of the things that we didn't talk about is deal breakers for mentors. Some mentors tolerate mentees and they end up indicting themselves. Some mentors tolerate people in the name of mentee, and they end up playing with their integrity. For you to
Yes.
get to any level, for anyone to look up to you, you've passed through some journey. Understand that protecting, let me use the word, I understand that the associating yourself or rejecting certain mentees is you protecting your name, is you protecting your integrity. Because a mentee who is not ready to grow, we only play with you. It's just as if, okay, one of my common word for this conversation is proximity uncovers flaws, hence self-respect. Proximity uncovers flaws, hence respect. You might look up to your mentor from afar. When you become closer, you start seeing certain things that you never knew, that you probably never liked, or are probably against your values. That does not mean that the mentor has become your mate in Nigerian words, or the mentor is now, you have looked, let me use the word, say you don't see the mentor finish. So the
Yeah.
mentor now, he don't be your nigga. You could just send a message, say, hi, bro. It's not hi, bro. Because why you are doing hi, bro, is because proximity has made you believe you and him can sit on a beer parlor together. It does not mean you guys are now bro. It was by the level or by the virtue of mentorship that you came so close that you knew that. And that information is for only you alone, not for another person. That aspect of him that you know is for only you alone, not for another person. So what I will say is mentors should have the more boldness to tell mentees they are unavailable for certain persons. If you decipher, if you discern that they are not serious. And mentees should understand that when you get closer to somebody, their weakness are not a system to disrespect them. They are not meant to disrespect them because everyone has weaknesses. The aspect of
Human.
them, the aspect of them that attracted the particular mentor to you, stick to that. I have gone so close to certain individuals that I felt they could mentor me, and I saw an aspect of them I could not manage. I moved back quietly and went away. Take, for instance, a more closer example is there was one of my senior friend I was looking up to at a certain point. I was going for errands for him. We're almost becoming a mentor and mentee relationship. And anytime I post a happy birthday for my female friends, he will reach out to me that I should send them the number. It's for me, it was very embarrassing. For me, I can't do that. What will I tell that my friend that okay, it's also person that I respect, he say he likes you, and the person is married? I can't do that. So I didn't send the number. I gradually ran away, and that was all. So it's two-way. You have the courage to tell certain mentees that I might not be available to mentor you. Why the mentee should learn to know that proximity will uncover flaws. It's just as if you meet a beautiful lady and you want to get married to her. As you get closer to her, before you know she have anger issues. As you get closer to her, before you will know that this lady, she have a lot of things she's battling with. You will now decide whether you want to stay and help her manage those things, or you have to move away if those things are okay for you. Same thing with mentorship and mentee relationship. When you get closer to your mentor, it is not a wise decision to say, oh, this my mentor today drink, oh, I no one they go meet him again, oh. You now take that and start telling your friends. First, your friends will start disrespecting him. But before you got close to him, you never knew all of those things happens. I don't endorse all of those things in quotes. I'm just saying that since proximity uncovers flaws, respect everyone. The ones that require you to step back, step back. The ones that require
Yeah.
you to stay, stay. And focus on why you are there. So I think this
These are
aspect is something that I hold so dear, and I had to share it. I hold so dear because when you meet certain people, you see them beyond who they are. That is not a conversation to take to the next table.
yes. Thank you very much. This
Thank
is
you.
it means I'm very happy and excited because what you say, the first person we had as a guest, the second person, the third person, this is the fourth episode, and everything we've been discussing has been linked together. You know, you as you said, Solomon said something about when you're picking a mentor, you should have your own already existing values. And then your value system has to align with the person that you're submitting to. The same person also, your mentor, you need to also look at them. Are our values aligned? Right? We said this thing. In our last meeting, we were saying it. I said, if you come to me for mentorship, one of the first things I will check, if I don't know you one on one, we don't have existing relationship, I will go and look for you on social media.
Exactly.
And then your name is there are so the moment I see your name and I see the kind of things you post, I will know if you are a time waster or not. Right? You see somebody his name is King Greasy, Greasy, Greasy. No, you are not.
The boy did you
What are we
beat?
doing? Yes, I'm not. It's not me. I'm not supposed to be a mentor. You probably look for somebody else. Look for other people, maybe Portable or stuff. Not that you cannot be mentor. My point is, everybody wants stuff to be a little bit easier for them. Do you have the requisite knowledge that we can build upon? And these are the things that we've been saying. You say, I'm willing to build with you, but at least provide the plot of land. I can't come and start. I don't want to be the one that starts teaching you. Okay, no. You can't be dressing. You can. You have to start dressing this. No, let me. If I'm coming in with your dressing, is to upgrade it. You already know the basics. So this whole thing, the same thing. The person needs to have some level of value. The person needs to have some existing value systems that should be aligned with. Not everything. Your mentor is not omniscient. He doesn't know everything. But then there's another thing you mentioned, especially what Mr. Anthony said. He said that when you're coming to meet your mentor, there should be an established goal or target you want to meet. So this is what I'm learning from him. This person, okay, this is what. So from now to the next 5 years, or from now to until I become this, I'm going to be with this person. But it is better you put a time frame to it and be like, this is what we are going to do. So thank you very much, Mr. Fred, Apostle Fred. I prefer calling you Apostle Fred. But thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the unfiltered truth you've said. Like, I knew one day I was going to touch on the topic where your mentor is not an ATM. In fact, I mentioned it in passing in one of our sessions like that. So people just come and then they assume that the mentor is supposed to be giving you money and
To do what?
so many things like that. you know. And then, but thank you very much. People should know. You want to meet a mentor, buy his materials, attend his classes. Don't even think you should be attending for free. In fact, you as the mentee should be the one promoting it. You are the one should be the first to buy, first to attend, first to be in front, contribute. Okay, we are doing this. Offer, help, and do that. Mentors also make sure you are offering and dispensing knowledge. Your work, as what you said, is stewardship. Your stewardship is that you are able to offer structural knowledge to them and making sure that they are able to replicate what you have done and even surpass what you have done. As so far as they are willing to actually do these things. Thank you so much, Mr. Fred. We are so grateful. Mentee to Mentor is grateful. Thank you for your time. Thank you for all
Thank
you've
you
done.
so much
And
for the
we are
opportunity to
glad.
be here.
Yes, we're glad for your time. We're going to be doing this till the end of February. Yes, we're going to be doing this. I think it's twice a week. Sometimes we're going to have more than one guest. Sometimes we're going to have just one guest. And we hope that it's going to be an amazing time. Feel free to reach out to us. These conversations are not done. I'm going to call you again and we will have some other parts of this conversation. 1 hour is too short. Thank you so
No
much. We've
problem.
exceeded an hour. Thank you so much. Thank you. Galad is saying thank you. Let me put up his comments. He's somebody that has been following us for a while. Thank you, Galadi. Thank you, Apostle. Yes, call him Apostle. He's an apostle. Apostle. When you hear him inside, you will know he sounds like an apostle. Thank you so much, Mr. Frank. And everybody, thank you so much for being with us on this live session.
Thank you so
It's live. You want to rewatch it, it's going to be on YouTube. You want to rewatch it, it's also on Facebook, where you know Facebook is not going to be there for a while. Thank you, everybody that followed us on TikTok. Uh, okay, yeah, somebody is saying on TikTok, saying yes, we want to mention that this is very this is an insightful session. Thank you, Apostle Fred. Thank you so much. Dikemi, Dikemi, Dikemi. This name sounds very familiar. But then Dikemi, thank you very much. Thank you everyone that has followed us. Share this if you know somebody that needs to hear this, share it with them on YouTube. You're going to see it. All right. Check my profile on YouTube, and then you're going to you see it. God bless you, Mr. Fred. I'll see you everybody next time. Our next live stream is going to be on Tuesday, and we're going to have another special guest. Thank you very much, Mr. Fred. Thank you,
Thank you. Have
everybody.
a nice
Good
day.
night.